Your eyes closed. First of all, please put your right hand on your heart. All the time, the left hand restores me. Now, here you have to say, in your heart, with all sincerity, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question 3 times in your heart. This is a very fundamental question. Now bring the right hand on to the left hand side of your stomach, in the upper part. Here press it. Now this is the center of your mastery, your guidance, your Guru Tattva as they say. So ask a question, Mother, am I my own master? This is a question to be asked 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Now, bring your right hand down below, in the lower part of the abdomen. Now, this is the center from which all the divine work is done. All the pure work is done. So, to ask 6 times, because this center has got 6 petals. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. 6 times, you just ask. As a result of this asking, the Kundalini starts getting awakened. Now, to help the Kundalini rise, you have to cooperate with her. So, please put your right hand on the left hand side in the upper part of your abdomen and press it on the stomach. Now, here you have to say with full confidence to help the Kundalini to rise, Mother, I am my own master. This you have to say 10 times. These are the 10 commandments which you have to say. That, Mother, I am my own master. Now, 10 times with full confidence. Now please raise your right hand to your heart. Now, here you have to say, again with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This is the truth. You are the Spirit. But you have to say with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This you have to say 12 times. Now one has to know that God Almighty is the ocean of love. But above all, He is the ocean of forgiveness. So He forgives. Whatever wrong you do, He forgives. So don't feel guilty and put your right hand across on the left hand side in the corner which is made by your neck and your shoulder. Now, here you have to say again with full confidence 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty. Please say it. Mother, I am not guilty. 16 times. I am not guilty at all. Please say it. Please say it. Very hot. Now raise your hand across on your forehead. And it's a very important center. Here you have to say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Please say it from your heart. How many times is not the point. Mother, I forgive everyone. Now, some would say that it's very difficult to forgive. But it's a myth that we do not forgive or we forgive. We do not do anything in both the cases. But if we don't forgive, then we play into wrong hands. So please say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Now please take your hand on the back agya, the same center, on the back side of your head and allow your head to rest on it and push it back a little bit. Now here, you have to say, for your satisfaction, because you always feel guilty, that, O Divine, if I have done anything wrong, please forgive. Please forgive me from your heart. Stretch your hand fully and put your center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a very soft bone in your childhood. Press it hard. Press hard your scalp. Now you have to move it 7 times, saying one thing which you have to ask for. Mother, please give us my self realization because I cannot force on you. So you have to ask for it. 7 times, press it hard and move it 7 times. Very hard. Slowly. Saying that. Diabetes is caused because the same center which is using its power to pay to to supply the cells, the fat cells for your brain, has to look after also the pancreas. Now the pancreas is the one which digests your sugars. Now if all the time you are thinking, all the time you are planning, then what can this poor one center do? It cannot work out the pancreas. And that's how only the so-called educated and planners get diabetes. It's a balancing. Because they use too much of their right side and the left side is completely frozen. What happens? That all their left side problems start. The nature takes its respite. It tries to teach you through these methods. If you do not understand that you have to lead a balanced life, the other problems can crop up like kidney troubles. But the worst of all is the heart attack. Only a person who works very hard, thinks too much of himself, and thinks that he's the one who is the supporter of the whole kingdom and the one who stands like Giridhariji with a finger in his hand, all such people are apt to get heart attacks. Absolutely no doubt about it. Because they work so hard. They work out their right side and don't worry about their left side. The left side goes to a point. The another type is the type which worries too much about their body, physical health, like Hatha Yoga, now so-called Hatha Yoga of the modern times. If you do too much of exercises and too much of physical exercises, you neglect your spirit, which is your heart. There is no balance between your heart and the spirit. The heart is all the time working for giving you more blood for your these horrible exercises that you are doing. There is no need for you to take out all your intestines and put them back. Some people do such horrible these exercises. I don't know for what. What is the need to do such exercises indiscriminately? Of course, in Sahajayoga also, after realization, you have to do certain asanas according to the need of the chakras. If the Swadhisthana chakra is caught up on the left side or right side, there are certain asanas one has to do. But if you do at that time some other chakra, other exercise, you will spoil it worse. Because you'll spoil that center which is all right, because it is all right, why are you bending it? And the another one which is spoiled is not attended to. There is a big knowledge about it. I should say there is a big science about all these things. If you do not know that, and if you just do it indiscriminately, it would be that you just have a little cold and you are taking all the medicines right from cancer up to TB. This is so indiscriminate, doing all the asanas all the time and then end up your life with a heart attack. Those who pay too much attention also outside get a heart attack. Actually, these are all ego-oriented people. You see, on the right-hand side, when you think too much, when you use the right side, you develop your ego. It can be very subtle. It can go very subtle. If you hear of a person, he's a great gentleman, know that there's a very cunning ego there. Because he knows that you have to be very polite with your ego, otherwise people will know that you are egoistic. So they're extremely humble. Ego can only disappear when you get realization. Before that, the ego exists in a subtler and a subtlest form. After realization, when the Kundalini rises, she sucks in both the ego and superego, and you become the self. This happening has to take place. Otherwise, we live with ego all the time. Krishna realized it long time back, 6,000 years back. Krishna realized it that people cannot give up ego easily. It's not simple to explain to them that you have ego, because if you tell somebody, you will have it. So it's better to do it in a way that they would understand. And that's how the whole Gita is nothing but a great diplomacy of Shri Krishna, the great incarnation, the complete incarnation of diplomacy. He has played tricks with Arjuna and you are all still playing the tricks. You are still with it. When he said that get the jnana, means that your awareness must be enlightened, you must get your enlightenment. That is the first thing he said. He is not a shopkeeper. So he said the direct thing, that you get your enlightenment, get your jnana. That is the first thing he said. Jnana means not reading the books, but jnana means your attention must be enlightened. Your awareness must be enlightened. You should become a jnani means you know. Just by feeling on your fingers, you can know
what is the problem with you and what is the problem of others. You become, it's not a question of just giving a lecture to people that do this and do that and do this, but it just happens to you that you just become. And this is what he has said, that you become the Gyan. Now, Arjuna asked that you are saying that you become a Sakshi and a Jnani, and here you are saying that you go and fight in the war. You see, when you are realized you fight in the war, you don't fight. You just see as a Sakshi. You just used as an instrument of God to fight the horrible people. But he did not understand. He did not understand this subtle point. So Krishna tried a trick on him. He said, all right, what you do is to do your karma and put it at the lotus feet of the Lord, which is an impossible situation, is an absurd condition. This is the best way of diplomacy, to put an absurd condition so they fall into their own traps. He said, you do all the karmas of the world and put it at the lotus feet of God Almighty. Now, it's an absurd condition. It can never happen. But many people believe in this Brahma, that mother, we do all the work and put it at the lotus feet of the Lord. You cannot. In a subtler way, you may say, rationally you may say, with your mouth you may say, but you cannot, because the ego exists within you. It is there. Now, how to get rid of the ego? You fight with it, it will become even bigger. Just like a balloon, if you fight with it, it goes bigger and bigger and bigger. And some people have an ego so big that if looking at them, I sometimes find that it might grow into a horn. It can be horribly bad. See, people have ego in the places like India, most surprisingly, when we get the idea of getting developed. We should know the people who have done that job in the West have got such an ego-oriented personality that they want to run away from this ego morning till evening. They are so fed up with it that when we are trying to develop ourselves, we are just doing it by increasing our ego. When we work out our right side, our ego develops as a byproduct, and which surrounds our heart. It surrounds our heart. A man who gets egoistical becomes so much dry. He cannot talk to anyone properly. As I told you, they bark. They suddenly become so dry. If they have to talk to someone, then they think it is too much to talk to someone who is so low. They start feeling that they are very high people, they are of very great positions, they are very rich, and these are all low people. All such nonsensical ideas start cropping into their heart, and their heart becomes all enveloped with ego. Then it goes to a point where the ego becomes too much, then you get a heart attack. All those people who say Gayatri Mantra without any authority, working on the right hand side also. If you say your Gayatri Mantra without any authority, you will get a very weak heart. All such people will get heart troubles. Please take him out. Huh? Yes, take. Now, it is important for all of us to know what is the problem with us and how to look after ourselves. We should not try to put our attention outside to such an extent that we neglect our heart. If God has given us, say, some position, must know that you must love. You must have your emotions. For example, I've seen government servants in Delhi, because my husband has been a government servant all his life. I know they have no time for their wives, they have no time for their children. They are so busy. You never see their faces in the daytime. You have to always put the light on. And if you see them in the daytime, you don't recognize them. Once they wear their pants, they are out of here. You can't talk to them except for 5-year plan, which has failed many a times. So these people should know that you must spend some time with your emotions, with your family, with your children, with other people. Have some loving rapport with other people of the society. Look after that side also. Those people who do not do such things are in for trouble. I have told so many people that be careful, that you should not get a heart attack. There are some gurus who are also good at giving heart attacks. There are many gurus who just give a heart attack to the husband whose wife is his devotee. It's a very common feature of many gurus who gave a heart attack to the partner of his devotees so that he gets all the money, all the property, and the wife or the husband at his lotus feet. All such things should be avoided. We have to be affectionate, we have to be kind, we have to control our tongue and be sweet to others and nice to others. Not that thinking if we are nice to anyone, we are doing something great. We have to be generous people. We have to give as much as we can, we should give. What is there to feel that you are doing anything for anyone? This is the greatest, subtlest ego that people think we are serving the nation or we are serving the poor. Who is serving whom? Who is the other? If this finger is serving this finger, do you say that I am serving this finger? Who is the other? If they are all the part and parcel of the whole of one primordial being, then you are just helping yourself. You are not helping anybody else. But this is only possible when you get your realization. Without realization, all this talk is talk, 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 and talk and talk. If you have to have any such idea that by just telling yourself you'll forget it, you cannot. You have to have your realization by which you become another person. Then how you talk? What Krishna has said, that you become akarma. Akarma becomes it. You just don't feel you are doing anything. For example, now if you have a Sahajayogi here and if you ask him to awaken your Kundalini, he'll just tell me, Mother, it doesn't come up, it doesn't come up, it doesn't go, it doesn't. He doesn't say, I'm not doing it. He doesn't say so. It becomes a karma. He doesn't have to say that I have done this realization, I have cured this person. No. He said she's not getting cured. The Kundalini is not rising. The realization could not be established. This is going wrong because the whole concept of doing the work is finished as soon as you become a hollow personality. There's a beautiful story of Shri Krishna and Radha. Once Radhaji felt jealous of the Murali and she said that, Oh Lord, why do you have this Murali all the time at your lips? What is so special about her? She went and asked Murli about it. Murli smiled and she said, Don't you know that my speciality is that I have no speciality? I am a hollow person. He plays and the whole thing flows through me. I see that. People say the Murli is played. I laugh at it. It is he who is playing through me. I have become a hollow personality. In the same way, when the akarma is established, you become that. Same about the bhakti. When people start singing too much, like mad, you see, unless and until I see you, I'll cut my throat or jump before the fast-moving train and all those things. When you try such tricks, you must know that you'll be attacked by some possession. Some people dance like mad, thinking that they have got God in them. God doesn't dance that way. Some people get bhoots into themselves and they say that Devi has come into me. Devi, to be born in the body is not an easy thing. It needs a very special type of a body to have 35 crores of gods to be settled in the body, to manage the 35 crores of chakras. It's not easy for a Devi to enter into any Dick, Tom and Harry and to make the person dance. Moreover, one has to know that if you have got the Devi Tattva or if you are a realized soul, you become completely controlled with yourself. You do not dance as the so-called Devi or so-called Bhoot comes into you and makes you dance. Anybody who does anything out of control or anything that happens out of control, one must know is not done by you but by somebody else, because you have lost your possession and somebody else has possessed you. It's a very, very common practice of all these fake gurus. They'll give you a mantra. Now, this is another thing I have to talk about, because today somebody requested me. Is a very common practice of people giving naam. I don't know from where did they get this idea. This is something I just can't understand. Nama was given to people at the time when they had a particular chakra sketch. For example, say your Nabi chakra is caught. Then they would say that take the name of Vishnu or Lakshmi Narayan, whatever may be the case. Or supposing your void is, then they may say Vahaguru or say Guru's name and all that. But that's a different thing. When the Guru is a realized soul, he knows where is your problem. But how can you give that name permanently to someone? It is impossible. because the Kundalini moves. As soon as you take the name of the Guru, the Kundalini will move upward. If there is an obstruction, you have to take the name of the deity that is here. If there is no obstruction, it will move here. If there is an obstruction here, you have to take the name here. It's a living force. I told you it's a living God and it's a living force. It doesn't stay, it's not static permanently at a place that you go on saying the same thing again and again. Maybe your Kundalini is just here to burst out and you are just taking the name of something much lower. That's how we spoil our chakras. You'll be amazed. Those people who do Shiva Puja in the hand. I've seen people who do Shiva Puja in the hand. They'll put the linga, stand on one head. I don't know what else they do. Might be tying up their shendi somewhere. And I don't know what else they do. But whatever they do, they worship God. They say, oh, we have done this. Then we have put so much of Bela Patras and thousands of Bela Patras. And they'll make people take out the Bela Patras with a bath and everything so that all of them will have wet clothes, they will all get pneumonia, and this lady who will be doing this puja will herself get into great sickness. All this nonsense they will do just to say, oh, I have put 1 lakh of Bel Patra to Shiva. Now, this kind of nonsense is taking you away not only from God but from good health also. All these rituals are of no value to you unless and until you know